Well, good morning, good afternoon, Taurus, for those who are in different parts of the world. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel, Taurus. We're going to go ahead and get into your reading. I'm going to try to put out two videos today, but I'm not going to be able to come on in the afternoon because I have afternoon readings. But let's go ahead and get into your read, Taurus. Let's see what's going to come out here for you. This is for Taurus. This is for Taurus. Ooh, whoa. You could not get any clearer than that. The first card that came out, and I think that this came out for you before, Taurus. I think this came out for you before. I think you were the only one that got this love triangle card. You're the only one. I kind of feel like I should grab another one just because I don't want it to be repeating messages. But obviously, it's a reason why. You got a 1 plus 8 here, which means a 9. Something is about to come to an end. That is so true, right? Because look at what came out after it. I mean, a sudden departure from a love relationship. Okay. And the third party situation is another person involved. Now, it doesn't have to be love, right? This could be someone who's interfering in your relationship with your child. This is someone interfering in a maybe a job promotion or something like that. There is about to be something very shocking but very liberating with these two cards. And we are going to clarify it, so we'll see. But this scythe, right, is going to bring in a new beginning. You drop the 0, there's a 1. Okay, the Jack of Spades. So this is going to actually give you something new. And I really do feel like it's going to happen on both work areas and love. You could be dealing with a Virgo too. Virgo is at the bottom of the deck. But we also know that this is the sixth house. Sixth house deal with work, career, and also health. Okay. Did someone get a cut on their? Someone got a cut somewhere. Or just be careful with knives. Be careful with sharp things. Okay. Or someone could be going under the knife. But I do see that I'm just, of course, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I see that it's not gonna be right, right? um, it's look like it's gonna be successful because you got harvest here. So it looks like it'll be successful. But I do feel like if some of you have been not feeling well, or if you have to, if there's a procedure that you have to undergo or something like that, it looks like it'll end up working out very well for you. Okay. But let's go back to the interpersonal relationships. We're talking about actual people. There's definitely going to be someone that's going to be removed. Okay, a rival, an enemy that's going to be removed from your life here, Taurus. And you may know who they are, but I'm just telling you that's what I see. Let's go ahead. This is for Taurus. Let's see what comes out here for Taurus. You have Death card. That's it again. This change. So again, you have um, a process here with the nine card coming to an end, which is what the Death card is saying. A new beginning with the 1, and then you have here developing over time. So something good is going to come out of this change. Something good is going to come out of this ending, whatever you cut away, whatever unexpectedly leaves, again, I just feel like it's because of some grimy energy here, especially if it's dealing with a third party. That's what I see. Now, your last card that's showing is spring. I think this showed up for you again. And if this is a theme that keeps showing, this is how I know that most people are about to actually experience what it feels like to, have a new beginning. And it feels very refreshing. It feels very bright, very light, very fun. And so something is about to spring to life. Something is about to spring into life here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and clarify these cards, which really sucks because that third party is so much drama. I can already tell you. But we'll see who it is. Let's start with the third party here for Taurus. Let's see. Let's see what this is. Third party for Taurus. You know how you give someone ultimatum? You don't know why something isn't working, but you say, all right, I may not have caught you in the act. I may not know. I may not have receipts. That's what this is because the Page of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. I may not have receipts, but see, it's your inconsistency. It's the way that you act. It's the way that you move. And I'm telling you right now, if it does not change, I'm out of here, right? But you may not know, you maybe have suspicion, but you don't know for certain. Yet, yes, there is someone in your person's ear, or your child is acting different. You're wondering why. What in the world is going on, right? They used to be able to do their homework without any problems, or your family members used to act a certain way. Now all of a sudden they all changed up, and it's because there's an outside influence. And so, like I said before, if it's a romantic relationship, you sit down and you have a discussion with them, you ultimatum, okay, let's see if this is going to change, if you want this to work. But that same thing actually happens with family members or your children, right? You say, hey, I don't really like the way that you've been lately. Let me tell you what's been happening. Okay. So I do see that, there is definitely an issue in your interpersonal relationships with somebody. Okay. And I'm just going to leave it in a general form because that can hit most people. But yeah, if it's a love relationship, baby, you got your arms folded and you're like, all right, I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that if this continues, this is what I'm going to do. Now, I totally see that you guys are going to put your foot down with something. Let's get this scythe. Scythe, you have the King of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, I feel like you're going to leave anyway. I feel like you're going to leave anyway. Because how many times have you done that? Because technically, that row with the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups is in the past. So I feel like this is something that you've already talked about. You're like, are your children getting into in a way of our relationships, in our relationship? Is it your mother? Is it your father? Is it a lover? Right? There's people, or sometimes it's people's friends. You be like, why are you listening to them? Like, we have our own things. So it's something like that. And I feel like you guys may have already discussed that, right? Because the next card is the Scythe. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have the the Seven of Pentacles, which is, I got to make a decision because I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I don't want to be wasting my time. I love the fact that you got the King of Pentacles coming out, though. That's actually really good. This puts you in a really good position because even though you may cut something away, you're not going to be without. That's what the King of Pentacles is basically saying. Even though you cut something away or cut somebody or something out of your life, you are not going to be without. You're standing very strong, very tall with the King of Pentacles. You don't like the way that you feel. This is how you know that there's a problem, because you feel like someone is selfish. They are very inconsistent and they're inconsiderate of your feelings. Because again, it's like, why would you do that? We talked about this already, and something major happens here with that side. Now, let's go ahead. Let's get the Death card. Let's get the Death card here for Taurus. Let's see what comes out here for Taurus. Let's get the Death card. And some of you are dealing with a Scorpio or a Virgo, like I mentioned earlier, and it could be a Virgo. I just thought about it. Could be a Virgo. Ah, here it is. Death on top of that. Damn. Ooh, you got a Scorpio, especially if you're dealing with Scorpio. If you're dealing with Scorpio, baby. Now, I hate to like bust other people's bubbles, but I'm just saying specifically, I have to be specific with this one. If you are dealing with a Scorpio or someone who has Scorpio in their chart, baby, if they left, they are not too far away. They are not too far away. I'm just telling you right now. It literally could be any sign, but specifically, you have two Death cards sitting on top of each other. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever done that. Maybe like 7 years ago or something like that. But if it's a Virgo or a Scorpio, they are bringing their ass right back in here. It's funny because springing is coming out next. Now, this could have been, someone got in between you and your person. I mean, this is someone that you wanted to be with, because the Nine of Cups is just obviously saying that this is someone that you desired. But because of what? Their selfishness, maybe their intolerance to certain things. And I'm only saying that because you may give a lot, but they are not willing to sacrifice anything for you. What were they willing to sacrifice? It's big enough for you to say, I'm out of here. I don't want any part of this. I am gone. 2 Death cards back to back is crazy. This is another thing that I see. Y'all do have a lot of endings in many forms in your reading, actually. Y'all have endings in many forms in your reading. And a lot of y'all are going to get some bad news about someone that you really care for. Okay. But if it is a Scorpio in particular, baby, they are coming back up in here. Now, the Scythe energy is coming out before the death card, which is saying, is this again going to be someone that you cut out of your life again? Because this person is very aggressive in the way that they, come after you, the way that they move, okay, in order to come back. And it happens very quickly too. Like you don't expect it. I told you, unexpected, right? Here with that site. So you don't even really expect this person to come back in the way that they come in. You may know that they're coming back in, but not as aggressively as they will, because you already know that someone came in between you and them. So you're kind of like, well, you're coming back in here as if we didn't have the issue of a third party. Like there was someone that was over here. And you act like I don't know that, right? That's kind of like what's happening here, because two death cards is saying, oh no, it's over. But they're coming right back in here. Now watch what I tell you. They're gonna come right back in here. You had developed over time. I personally believe that someone would attempt to. I don't know if you're going to accept them back though. I don't necessarily think you're going to do that. Can I talk about your money just for a second? Your money is going to be amazing, by the way. But you're going to have to cut what you spend. Remember when we talked about the sixth house, because Virgo, the Hermit card, came out here? You got the money, but you're not budgeting right. Like, you're like, I'm making a lot of money, but I still don't have any money. So I'm not going to even say spending, because that is just a little bit too no, right? This is, you may have too many bills, or you're doing too much. Like, let's say you have bills, your bills are okay, your spending is okay, but you have these moments where you splurge or you do things without thinking. You buy things without thinking, almost self-sabotage, right? Self-undoing. So be careful, because you do have that energy where money comes in. You're making good money, but it leaves right out. Okay. So yeah, that's just something to just, think about. Ah, look at this. Look at this. Oh, oh, y'all got major life changes here. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Some of y'all are about to hear some really shocking news. That's news, y'all. That's news. You are going through some things too. Like I said, I can see what you're experiencing. But some of y'all are about to, receive some shocking news here about somebody in particular. Let's get this spring. Love it. Some of y'all are going to be moving. Some of you guys are going to be moving, or there's something about your environment that's going to change in your house. Maybe it's not a moving thing, but there's something about where you live that's going to change. I mean, I don't know. What is it called? That feng shui? Maybe you may do that. Maybe you may, move from one house or one apartment to another apartment, but there is something different about your environment. Maybe someone will leave your house, or someone will start living with you, or maybe you'll get a dog or a cat or something like that. Totally see it, right? Although this is like so obvious. Okay. And this is spring. Could it happen by spring? Which makes sense, because spring has been coming out almost for everybody. And it's like, oh yeah, spring is it's just around the corner. Okay. But for you, there's something about your home environment that is completely different. I don't know what it is, but that's what you're going to experience. There's something about where you're living. Let me see. Let's get another one for new moon for Taurus. Oh my God, you got the Nine of Pentacles here. This is really good. You guys going to have a decision to do two things: to either move. I don't know if this is moving in with someone or someone moving in with you. Okay. Maybe moving to a different state. because there's some hesitancy, especially with this Knight of Pentacles. Oh my God, I totally see your mood changing. I mean, for the better. I mean, I'm totally seeing. If you guys have been feeling sad, down, depressed, or whatever, I even see that even not being a part of your story. You may have days where you don't feel your best, but I totally see that there is going to be um, just an overall change in your attitude, your perspective, your mood, all of that. There's just there's somebody who's could be getting in the way of your happiness, even if they're at your house, even if it's your neighbors. That's why I say some of y'all, that's when you're changing your where you live, your home environment, that type of thing. Let's get one more for this spring new moon energy. Ooh, ooh, look at what came out. You had every night. That is crazy. You had the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Look at what came. Do you guys understand this right here? Like, this is major. And like I said, I don't like the fact that some of you guys are going to be sad about some stuff, but right afterward, it completes a cycle for you, and things starts to happen. People start coming in. I'm telling you, actual people start to come into your life that you were meant to come across. And when I tell you that, like, you're not going to be able to like sense it in the beginning because you don't really know what's happening, because anytime this developing over time comes out, this is how you know it's so subtle you don't even recognize it yet. So I can tell someone, oh yeah, there's going to be someone that's going to come in your life, they're going to change your life, they'll be in your life and you don't even know who I'm talking about. You don't even know how or what they're going to do. Okay, that is how subtle this is, because it's even coming out with the Knight of Pentacles. It happens at a slow pace. So yes, your life will start to change, and it could start in spring, but you will be none the wiser with this card. I need you guys to stay strong, okay? Amidst some things that are going to be uncomfortable for you, not necessarily for you, by the way. This is people outside of you. Um, and I guess it's the cycle of life. But one thing that I can tell you is that you're going to end up in a really good position, not because someone is not here anymore, but you guys are going to end up in a really good position, and life is definitely going to improve. Okay, especially if you've been dealing with some things that have just been hard. But this is what I have for you here, Taurus. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. You will have another video, like I said before. This is the reason why I'm coming on in the morning, because I have readings in the middle of the afternoon, and I'm not going to be able to come on in the afternoon. But thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe. If you are interested in a personal reading, all the information is down below. All right, Taurus, I love you guys, and I will see you back here again soon. Bye, guys.